For a second, I thought that was an actual like Metro Pass. He had like just stapled to his hat.
Oh,
like sewn in.
yeah.
Just...
We should open this episode with that hot jazz that plays all throughout the movie.
Skip it ba boop ba.
We could scat you in.
Well, we're recording now.
Yeah. All right, hey guys, welcome to episode 9.
Yeah, 9
of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Movies
nine.
about great things, terrible things, and all things bloody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
As your host, Noah. With me, as always, Ryan.
Hello.
And Vince.
Yo.
And we decided to do an older movie this time.
Something that, I guess, given some of our reactions, was good, bloody, and bad from some... that covers all our criteria.
This will definitely be talked about later on. But we watched the 1971 classic, The French Connection.
This is the first time I actually saw it.
First time I'd seen it too,
It's
apparently.
been several... It's like one of those older films of our generation that it's referenced a lot, but not so much that it's... it's not like you're wearing a nice Jaws tank top, which I will bring up again later on, where it's one of those old movies you kind of have to watch. That are like, so steeped in pop culture, but it's like it's one of those like classics.
Yeah. Actually, Vince, you chose the French
Yeah,
Connection.
well, I'd seen it a bunch of times. Like, it's one of my favorite movies.
Well, I've heard the car chase referenced a lot. Like when people talk about like greatest car chases in films,
Yeah.
like, people always talk about French
I just
Connection.
like it for its, its grittiness and
It's
realism.
if
I love like movies from the New York 70s.
Oh yeah, I was saying before, if I had to pick like a movie of the 70s, especially New York, it's fucking this movie.
Well,
It's that or
there's
Taxi
some
Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I was saying, I was expecting him to drive by Travis Bickle at one point.
Or The Warriors.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Well, Warriors also is
I mean, it's a little more...
Yeah, because Warriors is almost like this
cartoony
weird...
comic book.
Yeah, and there's also this weird idea that in the future, more gangs will happen.
Yeah. All right, well, I actually just want to start right off the bat by saying I didn't like this movie.
I enjoyed parts of this movie. It's one of those things... it definitely has that 70s pacing to it.
Yeah.
Where it did, like, there's not like a big climax it built to. Kind of like the big climax is almost in the middle, near the middle of that car chase.
Yeah.
Like, that's the height, and it's like, it kind of plots, which is weird because I know like, it moves well, it's edited well, it feels like it's moving, but I don't know where it's moving for, or it is oddly paced. Where like, it feels like attention, like a lot of attention spent on the bad guy, but we still know a lot about him.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, but little. It's weird. It works out really weird, and I do fucking love Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
I was saying before.
Yeah.
Besides maybe James Woods, there's nobody who pulls off playing a likable asshole more than Gene Hackman. Hackman, who is like straight up like he's 70s racist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was like thinking. I was like watching. I'm like, fuck, this movie could never be made today.
No.
It's just like, it's not.
It can never be made with him like surviving at the end either. But it's not like it has a
He's
happy
like,
ending, which we'll get to that.
Well, I mean, it
he's
is
a bit of a bigot, and he's kind of like not that great of a cop. He's just kind of like a tough guy. He's like got
He bosses people.
Well, he seems like a real
He boss
person.
around his boss.
Like he's not like cartoonishly like
Not like a
racist.
villain.
he's. I mean, everyone back then was a little bit racist.
Yeah.
I'm.
There was ignorant. He's got a black guy on the payroll.
Yeah. Yeah, but he ends up still having to punch the guy.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to.
Where do you
that
want
was for
it?
his own good.
It's like, where do you want it?
Yeah. And, give me a.
Well, I mean, he's based on a real guy. And
Yeah, so it's, I guess, they're trying to follow the...
Who's in it? He plays Simonson.
Which one was Simonson again?
He's the one who, he's like their... I guess he's like kind of almost like their boss.
Okay.
Because he's like giving them... and then he's the in-between between...
Him and the feds.
And the feds, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Give him a chance. He's a good cop. He's got some good hunches.
Yeah, well, but even at the time, Hackman was bossing him around.
Yeah.
He's like, look, we need that wiretap. Actually, get me 2 wiretaps. And I need it as soon as possible.
Yeah, that was the thing, there's a lot of things whether or not he's a good cop or not, because people say, he's got hunches, but people say they never pay off to anything. It's insinuated he's responsible for the death of a cop in the past.
Yeah.
He is, but we know for the film he is right. So it's it is what those were things, I don't know if he's incompetent. He's not incompetent, but yeah, he isn't super. Yeah, he's not traditional good guy movie cop, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get
that's why I like it. He's kind of like an anti-hero.
He is.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into the movie and
Yeah.
we can discuss it as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, being called the French Connection, it has to open in France.
Marseille.
In Marseille. With, well, I thought this guy kind of looked like an older French Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing all the French things. He's eating croissant.
Yeah, the baguette.
Yeah, he
No,
wants to
he's
buy a
eating
baguette.
some kind of like...
Well, it's like a croissant sandwich.
It's
Or
like
it looked
a
like...
pizza thing or something. I don't know. Some kind of pastry thing. And then he smokes a cigarette.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could probably smoke while he's eating it.
Well, I think he's a cop, no?
He is a cop.
He is a cop.
He's tailing...
But even that,
one.
they don't say he's a cop.
No.
It's alluded to very heavily. But...
It's after we get our first taste of what I do love coming up is 70s blood.
Oh, yeah. The paint.
the paint. The tomato soup paint.
Yeah, where this cop is following around these two guys. One of them an older gentleman, gray in the beard, gray in the hair.
Yeah.
And the other one, his associate of average look. And anyways, older Tony Shalhoub is tailing them. And then it turns out this other guy was tailing him. And
there's a weird he gets shot and it's a weird bit of editing where he's shot, they do a quick close up to hit like the gun wound and then cut back again, the wound's gone but he falls over.
Yeah.
But yeah, did he steal the baguette from him?
he breaks off the end, takes a bite and like leaves.
Yeah, c'est la vie, you know?
That's just
That's how she goes.
just the way it goes in France, I guess.
And that's when we cut to Santa Claus sting.
Oh yeah, the Santa Claus thing, that was cool. And also based on a real life.
In like
they used to
fucking
do
like
that.
total post-apocalyptic New York 70s.
Oh yeah, where everything is just like raised.
That bombed out like Escape from New York
The
setting when he takes
Right.
when they chased him and Chief Brody.
right. I didn't remember any of their names. I was like
What?
Popeye Doyle and the rest of the clowns.
Well, Roy Scheider, it's like I always picture this is like right before he gets transferred off to fucking into the Jaws. Because he used to work in the big city, and he's just like, "Fuck this noise, I'm out."
I don't need this nonsense from France.
Roy Scheider rocking another staple of the '70s, the black turtleneck.
Yeah.
From chasing frogs to chasing sharks.
Yeah.
Chief Brody's
Oh, that was good.
Boom.
So yeah, it goes to the Santa Claus thing in Brooklyn,
Gene Hackman.
where Hackman dressed up as Santa Claus, trying to rouse the neighborhood kids into a round of jingle bells.
It's such a weird, like he does such a not a good job of blending in and watching people air on the movie. But he's such a good job again. He's like, I'll just stand here pretend to be Santa Claus in front of this bar.
in front of a bar.
Yeah, and certain songs were signals to the other officers to move.
Yeah, Roy just walks in and just
because he starts singing Jingle Bells. And
Yeah.
And that was the cue.
That was the
So Roy Schneider just walks in to this all-black bar and starts... He pushed two people into a phone booth.
Yeah.
And I saw Hackman push people into a phone booth earlier.
Lock yourselves in.
Lock yourselves in
But
there.
he, like, doesn't he, like... Scheider, doesn't he, like, he barricade it with, like, a...
Yeah, he puts
yeah.
like a chair or something,
Yeah.
table in front of it.
Right. I guess that's how it worked.
I do appreciate the casualness of just, like...
It's
Casualness.
very casual.
The casualness of the police work here. Just like, fuck it, we'll just do it. Like, it's not dirty, but it's just like, there's not a lot of work put into it.
It's a lot of, I want to get your ass against the wall.
Yeah.
Move! Don't face me!
I want to bust him.
There's also some fucking bad ADR when he runs out and he's like, guy, he's got a knife!
Yeah. Yeah, he yells, he's got... Okay, so this one guy from the bar decides to run, and the ADR of, this guy's got a knife! And then all of a sudden, they catch up to him. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of running in this movie.
Yeah, oh fuck yeah.
That was like...
Ian fucking, like, unbutton that jacket, man.
Yeah, take a...
That was a great chase, though.
There's a lot of good... I like
It
the
reminded
chase.
me of,
I was tired watching a lot of these chases.
It reminded me of, like, a bit of like Reservoir Dogs, that chase with Mr.
I also
Pink
thought
there.
of... I also thought of Shaft. Like,
Shaft,
don't make me run, motherfucker, and piss me off.
Mm. And they catch up to him, and he slashes Roy.
Yeah, well, he slashes Roy in the bar. And that's how he gets
Oh,
that
yeah,
way.
that's right.
Yeah,
He's
like,
in the bar.
Yeah, he's got the... Gene Hackman's still in his Santa Claus garb.
Yeah, catches him, chases him down, which gets to the first interrogation scene.
Yeah, which is just him beating the fuck, nearly beats him to death, picks up like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
rock and starts fucking hammering
clobbering him. And like,
and then he's still like a fucking bombed out lot for an interrogation.
Well,
it was like a war zone.
No witnesses, right?
Yeah.
And they do the old good cop, bad cop thing.
Yeah.
Hackman keeps saying
that I love this.
You got a buddy, pal.
Yeah.
You have a buddy, referring to Roy.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, Roy is the bad cop and is like going after him with a chair.
It feels like it's like their first day, and they've been doing the job forever.
Yeah, they're both bad cops.
And then there's a running joke in it that's never explained, but I fucking love when he starts asking about Poughkeepsie.
I didn't get it. I thought it was a reference to something
it was a real thing that Eddie Egan.
But there's no
used
explanation
to
it in the story.
No,
like,
in the
it's
story,
just a weird thing he says. But
in the commentary, he like talks about it, and it was basically to confuse.
It was, but that guy was already pretty fucking
it's nonsense, and it's just like because the guy's like, "What's he talking about here?" Poughkeepsie, so it's like you confuse them into like giving up information.
But now I'm going to ask people, and I'm going to hound them, have you been picking your feet in Poughkeepsie? You fucking took your shoes up and picked those fucking feet.
Yeah, I got to hear about my partner's bowling scores, and now he's going to tell me about you picking your toes in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, I love it.
You're still picking your feet in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah, fucking do it. I know you did. Take off your goddamn shoes.
So Hackman being super racist.
That's where it came up. Where I was like, they cut the police thing. He goes to leave. He waits for Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
just so because he's got a plan. He brings up the fuck. Do you want me? Am I the one that's gonna quote the line? It came out of fucking no. Because it's the '70s, they did throw the N-word around a lot.
Yeah.
Casually, but maybe because Dirty Harry was San Francisco, and they're much more. Even back then, they were more liberal. They were so much more hesitant to say it. Like the cop quotes, he's like, "I'll shoot a or two." This is why Hackman's just like openly. He's just like, was it "Don't trust a nigger"?
Yeah.
And Roy Scheider's like, "Hey man, it could have been anybody." He's like, "Well, don't trust anybody."
Could have been white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, okay, he's not a racist. He's just fucking jaded as fuck.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess.
And he's just checking out black chicks at the club later on, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, he's
and shady nasties.
Shady nasties. Shadynasties.
Shadynasties.
Yeah,
Roy Scheider's like, hey man, I got you got a fucked up arm. I'm gonna go buy you a drink or something.
Yeah, he says, it's like, I thought we were coming to get me a drink. He's like, oh yeah, that, then spying like guinea table over there. Wait, can I say guinea? Is that
what was okay? I flash forward a little later he spots some crime going on, some shady behavior going on in the Copacabana.
Yeah,
people, and when they go to tail the guy, he throws like a fucking hat in the back.
Yeah,
as like a sign. Is that supposed to say, hey, well, cops don't do this, so?
In my very little research I did for this, it was something like a signal to other cops that it's an undercover cop's car.
Oh, okay.
Or something, but they once again they don't reference.
That's a weird thing, yeah. But
so
it's like I kind of appreciate it, but at the same time I'm like, that was a weird little thing to throw in.
Yeah, but they were like very, like it was a very noticeable scene.
Yeah.
Like
they hold the camera on it. But maybe that was that common knowledge back. I mean, if it was common knowledge back then, it's a shitty fucking code. Yeah,
then everybody knows. But that's apparently what it is.
Okay.
So they tail him after the club.
A couple, supposedly a couple losers, but
yeah, but
Pac-Man's got a feeling.
Important enough that they gotta chase him all night.
Pork pie Popeye.
All night, then into the next day.
Roy Scheider still has a fucked up arm, by the way.
Yeah. He's like, I should get some sleep. I should get like some Neosporin.
He is like Roy Scheider is the Millhouse to Hackman's Bart, where he just fucking tags along and does whatever fucking he says, despite not wanting it.
Yeah, whatever you say, Popeye.
Yeah.
You got
I don't want to, but I mean, I guess I'll do it. Let me get a new fresh turtleneck.
So he follows him, and it's funny because like I can't tell how many days have gone by in this movie.
Yeah, because at one point they say it's been months.
Yeah, and I'm like, it has. Wait, what? How long has this scam been going on?
Because they're also cutting back to
France.
To France with the bearded gentleman.
Yeah.
Frog One. Who's and his
Can we call them frogs? Is that politically correct?
I don't know anymore.
I'm gonna just quote people from the movie. That'll be that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they go from they keep cutting to him, and an operation. I guess he's going. Well, you know, he's in crime. We don't know the specifics of it yet. Yeah. But he's got a daughter who's very happy and a nice young girlfriend, and he's gonna make a deal with a buddy of his who's an actor.
All of this taking place in France.
In an abandoned castle. There's some great meet points. When he wants when frogs want to meet, they know how to meet.
the older gentleman takes his boat.
Yeah.
His boat to get there. His crime boat. So anyways, back in America, after tailing this guy all night and then into the day, Sal and Angie's sandwich shop.
Yeah. Which you say she's... we find out they have light criminal records. Hers is shoplifting. She's 19 going on 50.
Yeah.
It's this guy's her. She got a lot of city miles on her.
Well, I mean, if you're into the crime, I guess it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, well, the Rosin's fishing because supposedly they're two low lives, don't got a lot of money, and yet driving a nice car. They got at least, 2 cars, they said.
And they're eating at these fancy
restaurants, mooching with some high class, yet crooked people. Mm-hmm. And his brother is a fucking garbage man. Sal's brother looks like everyone's sleazy fucking brother.
Yeah.
He's got the fucking mustache, the curly hair.
The hat with the hair coming out from underneath.
Looks like he's having a hard time learning how to be a sanitation worker.
Yeah. He definitely was like scratching his head. He's like, yeah, Sal's brother is in sanitation college or garbage man college.
He looked like DiCaprio's like shitty fucking cousin in Departed. Like the one Frenchie tells him to stay the fuck away from is like, dope him up your fucking moron cousin again. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like he looks like everyone's like sleazy like cousin, like you have a family member who's like seriously in crime but like low scale
lower end crime. Lower end crime. They tail this guy and then set up across the street in like an abandoned factory.
Yeah.
To just spy on them. And at this point, I'd already noticed that it's just going to be a lot of standing and looking.
It's a pacing issue. Yeah, it's a lot of like old school police of like there's a lot of standing and looking.
Yeah.
I took a lot of breaks in this movie. I took a few breaks. I was like, I'll get up. I was like, okay, I'll go up. Took a shower.
Well, I watched it start to finish. No cell phone. I wasn't even playing around because I was like, this got like 92% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. And I'm like, this is a good movie. This is critically acclaimed. Like everybody says.
It was like, wasn't it like the first rated R movie? It was the first rated R movie to get an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's got a shitload of Oscars, which
exactly.
to me normally doesn't mean shit, but
I mean
I
something.
think it got an X rating when it came out. Apparently, it's like Taxi Driver. That's why the fucking blood is orange.
Yeah, well, I thought that was just the effects of the
style
time.
of the time.
Yeah, well, what they had at the time.
Yeah, it kind of was, but I mean,
Taxi Driver also had fucking 14-year-old prostitutes in that one too, and a main character who was in no means a good guy.
No, he does a lot of killing and hates on everyone.
Mm-hmm. His whole plan is like, I'm gonna go assassinate this dude because one of his employees turned me down.
That'll show him.
Yeah,
that'll show her.
Sybil Shepherd.
But no,
hit on Albert Brooks in front of me, will you?
We should do Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
But anyways, for another episode, let's finish the French Connection because I just really want to.
It's a lot. Yeah, you could sum up the whole movie of it's a lot of standing around, waiting. People meet up, they talk, they call Popeye Doyle a jackass.
Yep.
He gets mad, and they say repeat.
Yeah.
It's that the whole movie.
Well, I also around this point too, I'd started like checking how long I had left on the movie.
It's almost 2 hours. An hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes.
But like I said, it moves at a weird pace. The highlight is the car chase.
Yeah.
That's the fucking highlight.
Best.
It lives up to its... I'm not a car chase guy. They just don't normally do things for me. Maybe this day and age. The number one for me has always been Blues Brothers.
The best.
It's still number one. Both.
Yeah.
That film has 2 fucking great car chases in it.
Just the entire movie is a car chase and it's great.
Yeah, but even that whole film is just like, this is amazing, the sheer wanton destruction. But this one too, of just the sheer, like, crashing in the car. He steals that guy's car.
Yeah, crashed it 4 times.
Well, okay, we'll build to that because, like I said,
right.
it's hard to break down and go narrative because, like I said, it's a lot of watches, gets a little progress, gets the person to watch them more. Mm-hmm. Drug process tries to get going.
Well, he also goes to the bar. Mm-hmm. He goes back to that very black bar.
Yeah.
And shakes it down again.
Mm-hmm.
Steals
and a very elongated scene, and he makes like a cocktail out of the fucking drugs, and he's gonna make someone drink it. I guess it was literally him waiting for his contact to show up. It felt like he was killing time waiting for his stoolie to show up.
And there he is, and he says, I'm gonna talk to you in the bathroom, you better watch out.
Yeah, which the bathroom's cost a nickel.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's gonna make him pay for his own ass kicking.
Okay, to go in.
It's still a shitty looking bathroom too, so.
Yeah, you figure with all those nickels. Well, I mean, people are buying cars for like $40.
That was a good point. It was a used car. It was 1971.
Yeah, it was. So he gets the info from his stoolie in the bathroom, and then has to punch him one time in the face too to make it look authentic. Poor guy. He's like,
there's also like a weird focus later on of like maybe because this was in real life, so they had to put it in there. But then there's no explanation of he wears his gun on his ankle.
Yeah,
which they bring on later on. But it's like, and you see it prominently there, but like they never but they talk about later on like it's supposed to be a thing, but it's not a thing.
Yeah,
like they bring it up. It's like, oh, it rubs out the people so he doesn't know he's a cop. And also at one point, Gene Hackman just fucks a chick on a bicycle. He just
I don't know how that happened.
I thought he was gonna be late to the stand for the fucking stakeout because he was like tailing some broad.
Had to get laid.
Yeah.
So he goes. He goes to the chief and he says, "Chief, we need these wiretaps.
Yeah.
I need a wiretap on Sal's home. I need a wiretap on Sal's business."
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that Sal also lives in the same building as this other criminal of sorts.
He's a lawyer, but also a big time criminal.
Yeah. I didn't write down his name.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The whole thing is Sal somehow, I don't see they explain how it is, got into contact with Frog One, the Frenchman. The Frenchman himself is like the biggest heroin dealer in Europe. Wants to set up enterprise in New York. Somehow Sal's his contact. I don't know if they ever explained how that happens.
No.
And
no, it wasn't.
And Sal's the in-between between him and the lawyer.
Yeah, the money man. Or I assume he's the money man.
And they bring in who looked like Guy Pearce in a wig to test the drugs. It looked like straight
with a dead tooth.
Yeah.
He's grating it like beef.
I noticed his fucking shitty teeth. Like, you don't see that shit anymore.
Yeah, you kind of have a guy standing.
His creepy glasses too.
Go, grade A beef.
Yeah, he's a little fun. Just like, I'm gonna steal some drugs.
Yeah. It's like Junk of the Month Club.
And he's like, you could have what's there. And he goes for the big bag, and he's like,
I just thought it was just some fun Josh. Like, yeah, I'm crazy, guy.
Gotta try it.
Yeah.
It's the only way you'll know. So the French connection come into America now. Mm-hmm. And so it's Frog 1, Frog 2, movie star Frog, plus his car, because I guess he likes the way his car drives.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, we also see Popeye drinking alone.
It's just sad.
Yeah, very sad.
I think that's right before he started tailing the redhead.
Yeah, that's it. Then he sees his girl.
Day drinking, or possibly there all night.
Yeah, hard to tell. I guess it was his day off. Mm-hmm. He drinks all. Like he wakes up.
He's not as bad as Bad Lieutenant, but it just feels like this is just a guy doing his job. He's like not great at it, but also pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
He's an alcoholic, right?
Yeah, but or is it 70s? The men drink.
Yeah, he's those 70s alcoholic cops who just like...
He's a workaholic.
Yeah, he works and he drinks and he sometimes screws in between.
Yeah, he's not crooked, but he ain't fucking totally do right.
So he tails that girl on the bike, and somehow they end up banging.
Hey, well, it's Gene Hackman's charm.
He certainly is. And you know what? He was in good shape for this. I saw him hop a rail.
Yeah,
I saw him do somersaults.
Running his fucking ass off, too.
He was in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was probably like...
Which works. He's still, like, Gene Hackman's one of those guys, like, he still look, like, that's... Like, he still looks old. Maybe it's just the 70s, too. Everyone kind of looked older.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Roy Scheider has to go pick him up because, I don't know, he's late or something.
Yeah, well, he's fucking handcuffed to his bed.
Yeah, by the ankle. They're like, oh, kinky. Yeah. By the ankle. Now he can't leave his bed, but... He's not.
His fucking pull out. It looked like a pull out.
Yeah, or a Murphy bed or something. and then we see a little bit of tush on the girl. She's like, "Oh, I don't know, you have company," and she runs off. And then I don't know, like they focus again on Hackman putting the gun on his ankle. He's like, "Let me suit up. Give me my pants."
The highlights are always, and we move on. I think the next big highlight for me, because it's the last center when he actually makes the connection to the French guys, and he's watching them through the fucking restaurant window.
That was another. That was another scene. I was just like,
this shitty pizza and bad coffee, and the most obvious tail.
Yeah, because he wears that same pork pie hat. It's a good look.
Yeah,
it looks fucking awesome on him.
This drove me crazy later on because I do love when he's chasing him on foot, and I do like them. It feels like real monotony of like I'm trying not to get made, but when he thinks he's been made, he takes off the hat and the coat and tucks it under his arms. Like okay, clever. Then cut next scene, he's going down the stairs. He's got the fucking hat and coat back on.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to carry.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, fuck it, never mind.
It's my look.
Yeah.
But as a tail, you shouldn't have a look. You should have, like, a disguise. Hackman, you were almost bald in this. Like, wear a wig. Something.
Get your Superman collection of wigs out.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. Glasses, if anything.
Yeah, just regular glasses. You'd be like, oh, well, he wasn't wearing glasses.
Well, he also he's stealing friendship because they bring the feds in who don't like him.
Oh, big surprise. Yeah. Big surprise. Somebody doesn't like Popeye Doyle.
Well, they're also incompetent. Like, they're fucking having a conversation, and the one guy that's supposed to be watching gets out of the hotel and walks away.
Yeah.
Out of his hotel, which I noticed is one of those old ones that has no 13th floor.
Oh, really?
I stopped that because I was like, I did that split. It was like, wait, 12, 14. He's the worst guy. He's like, he stops him when Popeye tails him back to the hotel. He misses the elevator and just goes up and asks some guy who worked there, hey, who's that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
It's the one police officer. Like, he picks up a paper off some dude's desk, like, hey, who's that dude?
Yeah.
Cut.
And then Doyle gives the exposition of, oh, he knew he was tailing me because he went to the 6th floor. Possibly, I didn't see him get in the elevator, nor did I know that was him. And he was registered on the 4th floor.
Mm-hmm. Well, Frenchie has about a week. So again, we don't know how much time takes place in this movie, but he has a timetable of I want the deal done out this. New York crime, or is like, look, you guys have clearly been you're clearly being watched, and let's just be patient. Like, look, we know how things done. Like, be patient, work on it. Like, you're being tapped. Get the fuck out of here, Sal, and move on.
And then there's the scene where he chases the Frenchman and loses him.
Yeah,
chases him.
which I think is a really good scene.
It was a good scene.
Yeah, there's a lot of great scenes like chases, but then Sal goes to Washington, gives the bad news to the Frenchman. Yeah, he's like, I don't give a shit. I we're still doing the plan anyways.
Let's get it done.
Yeah, it feels like those other points were like, because fucking spoilers, they still go through with the plan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what their counter argument was of like, let's do this or not. Maybe his assassin getting shot. Yeah, he realizes Doyle is the main guy chasing him. He's like, he recognizes he's the main character. So he's like, we take out the main character.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, hey, if I take out Gene Hackman over there, we're all good. So he sends his French guy number 2, the baguette stealer.
Yeah.
Who did a pretty good job with assassination of the guy at the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. Not such a great job with this one. Yeah,
because he's standing at the top of the building, sniper fire.
Yeah, which fucking nails like the mom with her carriage.
Yeah, that was
really 70s too. Where like
you can't waste her on a young mother.
Stop fucking looking after her. Get out of here. Yeah, bolts up the stairs, misses it, sees the guy running, and then like
bolts down the
teleports
stairs.
down almost no distance.
And the guy is like barely a block away.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I think I lost him.
Yeah, that's where he does the leap over the... I thought he was going to pull up the sniper and start shooting. Yeah, it's very realistic in a lot of ways in that cases, which I do appreciate.
But it is and it isn't, because like you said, he just teleports
down. But I guess they were still learning about suspension of disbelief on stuff. Because it's filmed like a documentary, I think, which I think a lot of it is shot like beautifully, which this is the great car chase where Hitman gets on... Bret Hart gets on the train, Hackman can't miss it, finds out what the next one is, just Grand Theft Auto is a guy's car.
Yeah. Oh god, give me your car!
Why can't I get it back?
Yeah, exactly.
Man!
Like, as soon as he took it, I'm like, he's not getting his car back.
And the car gets wrecked, and that's like some real, like not as over the top as the Blues Brothers, but fuck, it starts getting smashed because he's driving through traffic. Yeah, honking. They had the camera at the bottom of the bumper. Like, you feel like you're gonna get hit at any moment by a car. Yeah, he's narrowing, missing, hitting people,
and he does get into a couple of little.
Oh yeah, that car gets fucked.
Yeah,
he's getting 5 stars at the end of that.
And not to mention, at the same time, the Frog 2 is on the train.
Popeye was able to signal a cop.
Yeah,
who's about to get just fucking shot.
Yeah, right away. He's like, "Hey, pal, and then bang right in the tummy. And then he forces the metro driver, or the subway driver, excuse me, to miss the next stop. And the guy was like, "Well, I can't miss the next stop."
Yeah, and that's what I love is later, like the conductor and a whole bunch of angry people. That's when they show up and be like, "Hey, man, what's going on missing that stop?" I'm like, "Y'all had to pass through that dead cop back there. You got a little bit more cautious." And
then for some reason the subway driver
he passes
out of fear.
Yeah,
I think he had a heart attack.
He takes a nap.
He's got
narcolepsy.
And he falls over.
I want to just go back half a second and talk about Gene Hackman's rolling and somersaulting into the sniper fire scene. Because I was so happy to see that, because I forget sometimes Gene Hackman was a young man.
Yeah.
Like, when I see him now, I just see old man Hackman.
Yeah.
But
fucking Royal Tenenbaum ducking and jabbing.
You know? But even then, he's still moving. But this was like in his prime.
Dude, when he hops over that rail.
That rail, yeah. I was like, oh my god.
And again, just like unbutton that fucking the blazer too, and full on. And you know those are old shoes too. They have no grip at the bottom of them.
Yeah, no gription. So where were we?
Well, dude almost the metro driver passes out. Dies or heart attacks, and he almost crashes the fucking train. The other one, so hit emergency stop. Still kind of sort of breaks.
But they go fender to
fender. They hit each other.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a full on like smash. But it was more like even still light enough for the guy like
to drop his gun,
get some glass in his eye. It looked like
something, and then he gets off the train,
stumbles out. Hackman's been in a few accidents, so he kind of stumbles out of his car, catches him,
and his friend she comes down the stairs.
Hackman says, "Hey," he just fucking shoots him in the back.
Yeah, the guy turns out and just shoots him.
Which is the movie poster.
Yeah, that scene of Frenchman number 2, Frog 2.
But fucking Frog 2, great stunt work. He just falls down those stairs. Oh,
head over ass, and I was like, good for him.
Yeah,
like, that was a good stunt.
Like I know, like I do. I'm not one of those guys who are like, why don't you just shoot him in the leg? Because he's not it takes marksman to do shit like that, but just square in the back.
No, there's a bit of controversy to that because apparently there was like cops on the set, you know, as advisors or whatever, and they're like, no, that's like you can't shoot someone in that. That's like murder, you know. But Friedkin stuck by it, and also because Eddie Egan was on, he's like, I believe that's what he would do, and you know he's like so he.
Okay, it's not a weird thing to admit. It's like, I think that guy would murder someone.
I think he would shoot him.
Probably should have got in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, you know, in this day and age...
yeah, well, it was a precursor. French lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
So after that, after Popeye shoots the killer, we go on once more another stakeout.
Yeah.
This time tailing the French actor and his car.
That car is dirty, man.
Yeah, that's a dirty car.
Brown fucking Lincoln. The brown car.
Well, it was weird because it was like a Lincoln, or it was an American car that he had shipped to France.
Yeah, because it had European plates.
Yeah, and then he brings it back across so he can drive it.
He likes. Well, I mean, maybe that was the favor because actor doesn't know he's in specific illegal means. He doesn't know how deep he is.
Yeah.
And so like it was like the favor the guy asked him was like, hey man, here's a favor, bring your car over next shoot and let me just see your car for a bit first.
Yeah. So they're tailing Frenchmen in the car, and they see these.
Well, Sal and the wife have the car at one point because they do the transfer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they do a car switch. And
then they're there for like 5 hours watching that because the car gets dumped.
Right.
So they're watching that car because that car is fucking dirty.
Keep saying it's a dirty car.
That's a dirty car. He notices one car keeps circling it 3 times. And they're like, all right, that's it. Pull them in. They bring that's the sting. All the guys come out. But it turns out it was just, quote, some spicks looking to fucking get some tires.
Oh my god.
But again, like Gene Hackman, the whole thing, he's like, no man, just trust me. Like he is kind of right most of the time, but his whole police thing is that's why most people don't like him. It's like, ah man, just trust me. Just go with me on this.
I'm a cop.
I'm trying. Everything I've done so far hasn't worked out, but just trust me.
But that means I'm just bound for success now.
Yeah.
It's that kind of logic.
Yeah, it's like, this car, it's nothing. It's like, no, that car's dirty. Let's
let's
strip it.
Take it in.
And they fucking strip the shit out of that car.
Yeah, head to toe. They take the oil out. They rip off all the upholstery.
Well, it's head to almost toe, as we find out.
Oh, yeah. He's like, that car's dirty, I swear. Because it's supposed to...
It's like he's in denial at this point. Like, he's about to... I'm fucked. Like, he's got his head in his hands.
Yeah, and he's looking at this car, and it's like, just, like, to the bolts.
Yeah. Like, he's ripping that upholstery.
Yeah, he's taking a knife to the thing.
Yeah, at one point, it looks like they put it back together just to take it apart again.
Yeah.
The fucking ashtray smoke's coming out.
Yeah, well, that was weird. It was like, why is it already smoking? There was nobody smoking in the car.
Just powdery.
And...
Actor shows up at the impound lot wanting his car.
Yeah, and he's like, stolen. Where's my car? You said it was here. And Roy Scheider goes, hey, Vito, or whatever the mechanic's name was.
Yeah.
Like, how much does that car weigh? He's like, 4,900 pounds. Like, supposed to be 4,800.
It's off by 100 pounds.
And then he goes, I swear that car is dirty. Did you take it apart? Everything except for the... what do you call it?
The rocker pad.
The rocker pads.
Like, Jesus Christ.
You're like, if you would have done that fucking 10 minutes ago when we did everything else.
And so, yeah, they find the heroin in it.
Yeah.
And that's when, so then, is it Scheider shows up? Who's like, talks to the actor, like, hey, man, we got your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I thought he was going to turn around and was like, haha, caught you,
we found your heroin.
But I guess NYPD have a wizard on tow who just puts the car back together.
Oh, yeah, it's like, and here's your car.
And here's your car. Like, completely 100% back together. Like, they tore upholstery.
Yeah, they took a knife or something.
Yeah, they didn't dismantle it.
Yeah, I was reading about that, and they said, and one of the, I don't know, suggestions was that it was that they just bought them a new car.
It's so just, like, what the fuck?
They just replaced.
Because he says it's only been 4. I'm like, they found that fast. I'm like, they glued that upholstery back in there, hoping no one would notice, but
they used a nail gun.
It is, or I still think they had a wizard at some point.
Well, I mean, it was the 70s.
Yeah.
Not that means anything.
It was a magical time.
Then, okay, so they rebuild the car, give it back to Frenchie, and it goes for and then I guess they give the car to Sal. Frenchie gives the car to Sal.
Yeah.
And they go for the
because Frenchie finds out that he's into some bad shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out. I don't want
to play anymore. I'm taking my ball and going home. My ball in the car. And he's like, no, stick around. We're almost done.
Mm-hmm. I guess the plan thing. That's where they go into like explanation of things and just no explanation of things too. Later on. It's like there's a weird odd. It must be just 70s pacing.
Yeah,
I think so. It just because like I said, the big climax normally like we're used to films ending on a big climax. The car chase with the subway was the climax. Everything after that's kind of
it was cool because like they it was like first person view of the car.
Yeah,
which was
that was brilliant,
ahead of its time. And they didn't close off any of the streets for it. They didn't get any permits for these. So to have a car chase in Brooklyn,
well, it looks like a real like legit car chase in New York, which is impractical because there's so much fucking traffic. This ain't Jimmy Fallon's Taxi.
No,
the streets are clear enough. You can just have a race.
Proper permit. They just used like a few cops to help control like traffic and shit.
It looks real guerrilla style.
And they really hit that guy's car.
Yeah, that's true.
That and like some guy who just parked like a few minutes before, and they fucking hit his car, and then I think they paid for the repairs after.
I would hope so.
The budget.
I would lose my shit.
They brought their wizard in to fix that.
Yeah, zap.
Here's some prop cocaine. Here's some prop heroin.
No, that was real heroin.
Well, I guess in the movie it was like he hit a real guy's car.
Yes,
they did. So I'm thinking about the production and be like, here's some heroin. That's a movie prop. No, it's the 70s.
Well, but no, it was actual real heroin when they were doing that test scene.
Yeah.
Was it?
Really?
Yep.
That's the 70s for it.
I guess I want to get that real look of the bubbling red or whatever the shit that.
They got some of the purest heroin.
I guess it was like it's 68% pure.
There was some junkie who was gonna watch that movie. Like that ain't authentic.
Yeah.
He said it was like 90.
Oh yeah, 90-something%.
Or like 80. Yeah, it was something high number. It was the purest he's ever seen.
Yeah.
Guy Pearce had ever
89%.
seen.
89%.
And then he can step on it and.
Which he does, but he does give us that great later on, which you see in most drug purity things where they just give the nod. Mm-hmm. When he tests it again at the meetup, it's that weird like.
Yeah, so the French connection and the American connection, I guess, meet up and they do the exchange of the cash for the drugs, and they store it all in this empty old warehouse.
Yeah.
And
money goes into like another car he picked up or something. Yeah.
And they store the money back into the car, into the rocker boards, and the bust, I guess, the big shootout at the end.
Yeah.
Where
it's a weird ending. It's a very sudden ending.
Yeah.
That's where it came really like, I guess inspired by a true story, because there's no ending to this movie.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's Frog number one sees like, oh shit, everyone, all the bad guys are in that building. I'll go into this one. Popeye's like, oh, I'll go into that one.
Yeah.
Fed, who doesn't like him, goes in there too. They capture everyone. Sal gets shot.
Yep.
Rocher goes in to help out Popeye. Popeye sees his body, gives a second warning, fucking unloads his gun into someone. Turns out it was the Fed.
Yeah,
Shot,
oops.
like, what the fuck, man? It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna keep looking at that guy. Runs off. There's a gunshot.
Another gunshot.
And the credits. it's like the Blair Witch of endings.
Oh no! They also have the where are they now?
That's the shit that did annoy me, because like it has an ambiguous ending and then an explanation at the in text.
Yeah, it's like
which like
Frog number one got away.
Which
never
is funny.
seen
I know it's based on true story, but they use the character names.
Yeah, they
for
did.
what happened to all of them.
Yeah, not what's the guy's name? Gusso? Grosso? The original.
Sonny Grosso, yeah.
Sonny Grosso. So Frog number one gets away. Roy and Popeye get transferred off of the drug.
Roy goes to go fight a shark.
Yeah. And the girl Angie gets a misdemeanor. Sal gets 4 years. And the end.
Well, no, Sal gets dead. He gets a
that's
shot.
Right, he gets dead.
His shitty fucking brother.
Yeah.
Well, the actor gets like the most. He got like fucking 4 years served.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, for conspiracy.
Right. It was the actor. And I'm like, well, there it is. That was the French Connection, guys.
Was it the hype that hurt you? Because he heard it's like such like.
Well, I mean,
it's held.
I guess so.
It is held like.
It's like I said, it's one of those movies that everybody, like all the critics are like, oh, the French Connection.
Yeah, like outside of the Scorsese films of the time, they're like, fucking French Connection.
You know, it won the awards, and it's been referenced so many times, just like pieces here and there through pop culture, and like this is clearly such a mainstay that it's changed people.
Yeah.
Like the Jaws shirt. Well, not the Jaws. You know what? It's funny. I was wearing this Jaws tank top the other day, and I was walking by in a park, and this little girl, she was like 7 or 8 years old. She points at it and she's like, "That is Jaws."
She was gonna smile. Smile, you son of a bitch.
God, I hope not. And the dad goes, "Oh, she really likes your shirt." And I'm like, "Your kid watched Jaws, and she's like 8. Good for you.
Yeah.
Winning as a parent. That's an excellent movie to show your kids." Non-sarcastically,
it's fucking.
It's a good movie. But then this, I was like, well, you know, I didn't like it.
It is. Well, Jaws changed things because everyone talked about. We're talking about Jaws a lot. This right, but Jaws, they say it was the first blockbuster because that one film does build to a big climax at the end, which I think what most films are known for. Like it's set up and then the payoff at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, older films, it was paced differently. It was, like, it was still inspired a lot by theater, stuff like that. But
yeah, they definitely had 3 acts to this.
I think from the technical standpoints of the film, hold up a lot. Like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful looking movie.
Yeah.
The cinematography is great. Hackman's, like, I've never seen Hackman be bad in something.
No. Really good use of, just, like, the fact that they didn't have anything. They didn't have planes to shut down the streets. They didn't have, like, the equipment to do whatever. But it still was a very well done movie. Like, I read that they were using, what do you call it? A wheelchair.
Yeah.
As a dolly. And I'm like, well, yeah, perfect.
Listen, you come into a lot of movies. You respect it, but you don't like it.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's okay.
I guess so.
That's the thing, like, I enjoy it, but I don't know if I sit down and watch the whole thing again.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely say I've seen it, and
I'm curious about the sequel, though, because I was surprised that there was a sequel.
Yeah, there was.
I know it's Hackman and one other guy comes back, but not Scheider.
Oh, here, pass me the box.
Sure.
I'll take a look.
There you go. French Connection 2.
Frenchie's back. Is he back?
Yeah, it's Frog
yes!
Number 1.
Frog Number 1 is back. Amazing. Okay, well maybe I'll watch this again. Or
that one is. It's not as good, but it's still good in its own way. They like force him to become a hero. Like he goes to Marseille to chase Frog 1 to like find him, and then they like I think they like kidnap him. Yeah, and they hold him hostage and they like fucking feed him heroin and.
So he's got to kick heroin and find this guy.
Yeah,
that sounds like an episode
and he's like watched by this like old fucking scary looking woman who like gives him the heroin, administers it.
You know, it's like slightly off topic. There's an episode of Starsky and Hutch where one of them gets hooked on heroin. They make him force it, and he kicks in a day.
Oh well. He's got a strong constitution.
Yeah.
So, guys, was this movie good, bad, or ugly?
It's good in that spans. It's our criteria of 3 of the 3. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and I
whether or not
would
it's
never try to change
enjoyable. Yeah, it's like it's not trash. Maybe it's a matter of aging too.
Yeah,
hype is such a hard thing to deal with things because when something's so well respected, it builds it up, and you finally see it, and you're like, well, that's it.
I guess, and maybe it was like the
and that works with
time
some
too, right? Like this hadn't been done before, and to have a semi-dirty cop.
Context is key. Yeah,
I guess. Well.
So we're gonna go buy some pork pie hats.
I have a pork pie hat.
Okay.
I have one. It's made of beaver.
Yeah, ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good quality.
I got it when I had my grad. I thought I was the cool guy. I have a hat.
You were the Joey Jeremiah of the group.
I got that in that hat store downtown. Henry.
Yeah.
P.S. Henry, if you're listening, that's a free plug for you.
Yeah.
If you want to send some hats, I think I wear an 8.5 or a 9.5 now with all this hair.
I've got some hats there too.
Yeah, it's
good quality. Sponsor. We can get a sponsorship.
A good haberdashery. Good haberdashery downtown Montreal.
Classy, like this movie.
Mm-hmm. So does anyone want to say anything else about this movie?
I'm good.
No. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Signing off. Stay out of Poughkeepsie.
Yeah,
Kicking
guys.
Your feet.
Keep your feet clean in Poughkeepsie, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Cheers.
Peace.